Those of you who may have seen the short, it's a little longer video on the how-to, what I'm going to do to change this thermostat. Let me give you a visual of what this thing looks like. So right here is the new unit on this 2015 Chevy Colorado 2.5 motor. And well, there's the heater for this thing. That's what this plug-in is right here. It has an electronic thermostat, and it uses this computer-controlled heater to kind of actuate it. It will open by default at a real high temperature, but you'll get a positive on one side and you'll get a square wave pulse on the other. And you can use your scan tool, if you have one, to command this thing on to look for that with a test light, which I'll do once I get to it a little better. But I had to remove the PO597, 598, by the way, was the code. And there's the heat shield I started to get to this thing. I had to take it off, and then I can kind of see it down here. It's in a little bit of a, there it is right there. Right there, that thing with that circle and that little emblem right there. The lower hose is connected to it. It's in a bit of a tight spot. It doesn't give a lot of time on the book to do this. So basically, I'm going to get down here and disconnect that lower heater hose and or lower radiator hose. It's got a squeeze clamp on it. And it's right there. You can see that squeeze clamp. We're going to release it. And it looks like somebody's been into this thing before. You know, maybe they've changed this thermostat and it just went bad again. But we're definitely going to check for our positive voltage on one side and our pulse from the other to make sure we've got that. But a 10 millimeter bolt right here at the top. And like I said, it looks like somebody's been on it. And then one down there at the bottom. And it'll take a little bit of finagling, a 3-inch extension, a 10 millimeter 6-point socket, and a ratchet, and real careful patience is what we're going to do to get to it. You may or may not find this, something that you want to do, but look, I think when I looked in I could see a nice little opening that might help me get to that bottom bolt on this thermostat. So I'm gonna move this air box out of the way. T30 Torx. I had to remove a connector for this evap system, which was just pretty much, it consists of me just pulling that sideways and then sliding that off carefully. 8 millimeter screw or an 8 millimeter socket there. Same thing down here at the throttle body at 8 millimeter, and the air box comes out of there pretty easy. I mean, and I may or may not benefit from that. But what we're going to do is we'll see. You can kind of. I'm thinking I've got a little bit of an access point right here to help me a little bit. Maybe if nothing else, lets a little more light in there. Just, I may need to, once I'm over top, I can reach down through this hole, maybe, hopefully. So already benefiting from that opening, because I can reach over to here to reach the connector for that heater right here. I can get my hand, it's hard to see in the camera, but I'm reaching through that hole to access that plug-in that's really hard to see right there down at the bottom. So bear with my sorry camera action, but that did help. Now I've got to remove it, and I've got it off. It's in I've got it right here. Somebody, like I say, been in here and they've already broken the little retainer that holds it on. And my suggestion would be to get my flashlight. My suggestion for you guys doing it yourself, if you don't want to break that, is to get like a long pick and just go from the top, and you'll be able to see where it latches it on that little part there, and you can release it. Somebody else already did the damage, so we'll address that once we get back together with it. So you can see there's a squeeze clamp right here, relatively tight to get to. I'm going to use a pair of vice grips to clamp onto that. And I'm going to show you a trick, and maybe you may or may not have a set that does this, but these are just your good old-fashioned AutoZone brand Duralast. They have a hex head in there, and so I can actually open them up relatively far and just barely get it snapped on there, and I can take this hex head and I can tighten it down, and I can squeeze that clamp and keep it squeezed until I'm ready to release it again. So that's going to be really handy. So you can see my pliers are snapped on right there. And I can actually go, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but I can go right here. I kind of need both hands, but I can go right here and turn and take my little electric ratchet and turn that. So that's going to be my trick. So you can see that worked out pretty well. I've got it clamped. I'll just leave it like that until I'm ready to slide it back up in there. Then I can just flick the little button and release it. We're rocking and rolling. So my next thing is to get the hose off. Gonna use my handy dandy long thing to kind of like go behind that radiator hose carefully, aiming that in so I don't poke a hole in the hose, and just get it kind of broke loose so that I can slide it off by hand. So once again, having this air box out of the way was nice. I was able to go in from this direction up under the bottom, and my 1/4 inch socket here, 6-point stuff. And then I used this floppy ratchet, just kind of got a little bit of a length of a handle, and I broke the bottom bolt loose. Now I've got to reach in there and kind of like try to unthread it, which means I'm going to be working in this little hole again and trying to, it's tight, so it's going to be hard. I might have to work a little bit from the top and from the bottom with my fingers to get that bolt out. So I've got it out. A little something that was stuck in there like a piece of pine straw. It's definitely been off before. I don't know what brand this is. Motorrad. That's I think that's an advanced auto part. Probably. What brand is my? It's AutoZone part. Anyhow. All right, we're gonna see how this works out. But I was able to pull it up to the top and get to it. And while I've got it apart, I can get to the plug-in a whole lot better. I'm gonna just double check that I've got power on one side of that plug-in and then a square wave pulse on the other. So let's do that real quickly. Okay, so that's our square wave pulse. And let me check something else here. Okay, so let's increase this and see what happens. Yeah. You can see it's going to command it on. Should notice a pretty significant, go back here. But we can see it made a big difference. Go back here. 10%, 20%. It will kick it out because it's not plugged in, but we can see that it is doing something. So we do know that we have a functioning system right here. It'll time out here in a minute and say, okay, which that's how it sets the check engine light. If that heater element's burn out, it'll just kick it back. So that shows it's working. So now we just got to reinstall the thermostat, get everything plugged back in, cool it back in and run it and see what happens. Everything else seems to be working. When I pushed my little, this is what I used, by the way. When I put the, this is what I used. Get here, right here. You can buy this stuff cheap. You don't have to spend money on a Snap-on truck, but this right here actually had really good engagement on the pigtail. When I put this in, this small little fin actually made really good contact. I got this little set right here off of Amazon. You know, it's just to give you a little, you know, we don't need to have fancy stuff to do fancy work. By the way, Power Probe is a better brand, but this was a lot. I actually broke my Power Probe a while back. It got it got damaged. And I just grabbed this up because it was cheap and I could get it the next day. And I think it served me pretty well. I think it was half, like a quarter of the price of the Power Probe. Amazon again. Anyhow, a few little quick tools. Now this scan tool, Alltel Maxi Scan 600. You know, it's worth or 900, whatever. What is this thing? It's a 900 BT right there. This thing is worth its weight in gold. Does all kind of fun stuff. But that right there shows us that everything works ECM side. So if we get a good thermostat back in here, don't put the old one back in. Gosh forbid do that. Put this new one in like it's supposed to be. Looking at this seal as squashed down as it has just been in there for a minute. So maybe that little heater, that's what that is, just gave the ghost. And we'll see what happens. So thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful day. Yeah.